This show is part of OnePlace, a daily network of focused briefings across the stories people follow most.
Welcome to the Roundup. We have a packed show today covering everything from the boxing ring to the baseball diamond and the soccer pitch. Let's get right into the headlines for you.
Tyson Fury returns to boxing against Arslanbek Makhmudov.
Max Muncy makes incredible MLB history with 5 runs.
Edwin Diaz blows a save, but Muncy saves him.
Muncy credits a new diet for his historic night.
The Dodgers reach 10 wins faster than any team.
Tottenham falls into the relegation zone after West Ham's win.
Arsenal nears their first Premier League title since 2003.
WNBA free agency kicks off with a major trade.
Starting with the heavyweights, Tyson Fury is back, and if you feel like you've heard that before, it's because this marks his 5th return from retirement. This Saturday at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the Gypsy King faces Arslanbek Makhmudov in a 12-round heavyweight clash. It is a fascinating spot for Fury because the division has actually been quite busy without him. While he was away following those competitive losses to Alexander Usyk, fighters like Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley have been making serious noise. Fury is now in a position where he has to prove he still belongs at the very top of the mountain. He is 37 now, and while he is the favorite, Makhmudov is a massive puncher who could cause problems if Fury has lost even a step of his legendary movement.
That is the big question, isn't it? We have seen so many great heavyweights stay one fight too long and suffer a loss they never would have taken in their prime. Makhmudov has questions about his own stamina and chin, but his power is undeniable. For Fury, this isn't just about winning, it is about keeping those massive future paydays alive. He still wants that elusive showdown with Anthony Joshua and a third fight with Usyk to settle the score. If he struggles here, those dreams might evaporate. The card itself is quite deep, featuring Conor Benn and a British heavyweight title fight between Jimmy Chikva and Richard Riakporhe. It is all streaming on Netflix, which shows just how much the platform is leaning into these massive live sporting events lately.
Moving to the diamond, Max Muncy just put together a performance for the ages against the Texas Rangers. In an 8-7 thriller, Muncy became the first player in Major League Baseball history to record a very specific and incredible stat line. He finished the game with 5 or more runs, 4 or more hits, 3 home runs, and a walk-off home run to cap it all off. It is truly hard to wrap your head around that kind of production in a single evening. He was 4 for 5 at the plate with 3 RBIs, and he basically carried the Dodgers on his back. This was especially important because he had been struggling recently, entering the game with a very cold stretch in April. Seeing him break out in such a historic fashion is a huge relief for the Los Angeles faithful.
Manager Dave Roberts was quick to praise Muncy's mental toughness after the game. He noted that in previous years, Muncy might have let a slump lead to anxiety, but now he trusts his process and stays confident. That confidence was on full display from the start, as he hit solo home runs in his first 2 at-bats. The Dodgers have been the comeback kings lately, and this win moved them to an MLB best 10-3 record. It is not just about the home runs, though. Roberts mentioned that Muncy is playing incredible defense at third base as well. When you have a veteran leader contributing in every facet of the game like that, it sets a tone for the entire clubhouse. They are looking like the powerhouse everyone expected them to be this season.
Next, the closers struggle. While Muncy was the hero, we have to talk about the drama that set the stage for that walk-off. Edwin Diaz, the Dodgers' high-profile new closer, actually blew his first save of the season in the 9th inning. The Dodgers were up 7-4 when Diaz took the mound, but things went south quickly. He allowed the Rangers to tie the game, which could have been a devastating blow to team morale. However, Muncy stepped up in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs and delivered that 3rd home run to secure the victory. It turned a potential disaster into a celebration. We also saw a great performance from Andy Pages, who had 3 hits and 4 RBIs. It was a back-and-forth battle that featured old friends like Corey Seager and Jock Pederson, making life difficult for Los Angeles.
It really was a roller coaster. Corey Seager reminded the Dodger fans what they were missing with a 3-run homer in the 3rd inning off Tyler Glasnow. The Rangers kept fighting back, with Wyatt Langford also adding a solo shot, but Muncy's historic night kept the Dodgers within reach. By the time he hit his 2nd home run in the 4th, he moved into 3rd place in Los Angeles Dodger history for career home runs, surpassing some legendary names. The game was filled with missed opportunities too, like when the Dodgers loaded the bases in the fifth but couldn't capitalize. Alex Vesia was a bright spot in relief, striking out 3 in a scoreless seventh. In the end, the resilience of this lineup is what stood out. They just refused to stay down, even when their elite closer has a rare off night.
Now, the fitness factor. There is an interesting backstory to Max Muncy's explosive start this year. At 35 years old, he decided to make some significant lifestyle changes to prolong his career and improve his agility. He reportedly gave up bread and cut out a lot of carbs, coming into spring training 17 pounds lighter than last season. That physical transformation seems to be paying off in a big way. He looks quicker at third base, and his bat speed is clearly still elite. His walk-off blast was a 401-foot no-doubter to right center field. He is now only the second player in the long history of the Dodgers franchise to have a walk-off home run as part of a 3-homer game. The only other person to do it was Don Demeter all the way back in 1959.
It is amazing how those small adjustments can lead to such massive results. Muncy mentioned after the game that hitting any home run in the big leagues is special, but doing it 3 times in one night is something he will never forget. He and Andy Pages were essentially a 2-man wrecking crew, combining for 7 hits and 7 runs. Pages is actually leading the league in batting average right now, sitting at a staggering 449. This win was the 6th time in 13 games that the Dodgers have come from behind to win. That kind of grit is exactly what you need when you are chasing a 3rd consecutive World Series crown. Even though Diaz blew the save, he actually ended up with the win because of Muncy's heroics. It was a wild night at Dodger Stadium.
Focusing on the bullpen, the Dodgers invested $69 million in Edwin Diaz to avoid the 9th-inning headaches they had last year. While he converted his first 4 opportunities, Friday was a reminder that even the best can stumble. He allowed 3 runs to the bottom of the Rangers' order, which is definitely not what the front office envisioned. It was the first time in a year that he allowed more than 2 runs in an outing. He got into trouble immediately after a successful challenge by Jock Pederson overturned a strikeout. Then Evan Carter hit a home run on the very next pitch. Diaz did manage to strike out Corey Seager to keep the game tied, which was a huge moment of damage control. It allowed the offense to go back to work and eventually find that winning run in the bottom of the 9th.
It really highlights the incredible depth of this Dodgers roster. When your star closer melts down, you have the 5 and 9 hitters in the lineup stepping up to carry the load. Muncy and Pages were the only ones with extra base hits, but they made them count. The Dodgers are now the first team in the league to reach 10 wins this season, which is a testament to how well-rounded they are. They are finding different ways to win every night. Sometimes it is a dominant pitching performance, and other times it is an offensive explosion that covers up for pitching mistakes. For Diaz, this will likely just be a blip on the radar, but it's certainly added a lot of unnecessary stress to a game that seemed to be under control. The fans definitely got their money's worth.
Switching to English football, there is some serious drama unfolding in the Premier League, but not at the top of the table this time. Tottenham Hotspur has officially fallen into the relegation zone. This happened after West Ham secured a dominant 4-0 victory over Wolverhampton Wanderers on Friday. Spurs were sitting just 2 points ahead of the Hammers before this result, and now they find themselves in the bottom 3 for the first time in over a decade. West Ham's victory was fueled by a brilliant performance from Valentin Castellanos, who scored twice in just 3 minutes during the second half. Konstantinos Mavropanos also had a massive game, opening the scoring with a header and then finishing it off with an acrobatic volley. It was a statement win for a West Ham side that had been struggling mightily lately.
It is a shocking turn of events for Tottenham. They haven't been in this position since the very start of the 2015 season. They have a chance to climb back out when they face Sunderland on Sunday, but the pressure is immense now. Meanwhile, Wolves are looking increasingly doomed at the bottom of the table. They are 15 points away from safety with very few games left to play. West Ham, on the other hand, will enjoy a night outside the drop zone for only the second time this entire year. The atmosphere at the stadium was electric as they celebrated their first league win in over a month. The relegation battle is becoming just as compelling as the title race, with teams like Nottingham Forest and West Ham fighting for every single point to stay in the top flight next season.
Regarding the title race, speaking of the title race, Arsenal is getting closer to ending a 23-year drought. They haven't won the Premier League since the legendary Invincibles season in 2003. Right now, they hold a 9-point lead over Manchester City, though City does have a game in hand. With only 7 matches remaining, the math is starting to look very favorable for Mikel Arteta's squad. They currently sit on 70 points and likely need about 86 to mathematically guarantee the title, assuming City wins out. The big date everyone has circled is April 19th, when Arsenal faces City head-to-head. That match could be a 6-point swing. If Arsenal wins that one, they could potentially clinch the title with 2 games to spare. After finishing second to City for the last few years, the hunger in North London is palpable.
It is all about maintaining composure now. We have seen Arsenal falter late in the season before, but this team feels different. They have a maximum possible total of 91 points, so while they won't break Manchester City's 100-point record, they are on pace for a historic finish. Arteta has done an incredible job of building a resilient squad that can handle the pressure of a title charge. If City drops any points in their other fixtures, the door opens even wider for the Gunners. The fans are already dreaming of that trophy presentation. It would be a massive achievement to finally dethrone Pep Guardiola's side after they have dominated the league for so long. Every match from here on out is essentially a cup final for Arsenal as they try to slam the door shut.
Finally, WNBA free agency. The WNBA offseason is heating up as free agency officially begins. Teams can start signing players to new contracts this Saturday, but we have already seen some massive moves during the negotiation period. The biggest headline so far is the Chicago Sky trading Angel Reese to the Atlanta Dream. In exchange, the Sky received first-round picks for $22,000 and $22,800. This is a huge shakeup for both franchises. We also saw several teams extend qualifying offers to keep their core talent. The New York Liberty placed a core designation on Sabrina Ionescu, which is essentially the WNBA's version of a franchise tag. This ensures she stays in Brooklyn on a guaranteed Supermax deal. It is a busy time for general managers as they try to navigate the complex rules of restricted and unrestricted free agency to build a championship roster.
The movement is happening fast. The Portland Fire extended a core offer to Bridget Carlton, and the Las Vegas Aces are working to keep Nalissa Smith and Kirsten Bell with restricted offers. It is interesting to see how teams use these designations to protect their assets. For example, a restricted free agent can negotiate with other teams, but their original team has the right to match any offer they receive. We also saw the Toronto Tempo being very active, extending offers to Maria Klundikova and Julie Alamond. With the season right around the corner, these roster decisions will define the landscape of the league for the coming year. The Angel Reese trade really sets the tone for a wild offseason. Fans are eager to see where the remaining big-name free agents land as the signing window opens up this weekend.
That wraps up our look at the biggest stories in sports today. Thanks for joining us for this daily briefing. We will be back tomorrow with more updates and analysis.
Make sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. Have a great day and enjoy the games. We will see you next time.